Hello, everyone. This is MV broadcasting from a very sunny Cardiff. Broadcasting a bit of classic soccer, a game I've got into lately, along with Soccer Blast. I'm a traditional football manager player, used to be called Championship Manager player, going back to 1992. But I have finally put the taking a chance in classic soccer, and it's been great. You know, it's a board game that's traditionally a board game. It's been converted to PC. Programmed by Richard Hand. I can't remember the name of the actual designer of the game. Next time I should give him a shout out. But it's been great. I've been enjoyed it. So this is my spin on it. So without further ado, I'm doing a bit of time travel. So I've got a set which goes back to... I bought some international World Cups that go back to 1930. Actually, I've only got the 58 onwards up until 2002. But I do remember the USA team being pretty good in 2002. I'm sure they got to the quarterfinals. We'll find out. And we're going to play them against Canada. Canada's most notable entrance before recent times was in 1986, I think. Recently, in 2022 in Qatar, they did qualify, did pretty well. I don't think they got out of the group stage, but they played some exciting football. We also know this year, in 2024, I think they got to the semi-finals of the South American Championships. I guess the format's changed, because normally they play in CONCACAF, the Caribbean and North American sort of federation. But they've now been invited, along with quite a few Caribbean islands and the US, to play in South America. And that was cool. Canada did really well as well. So Canada are emerging as a force within what we call the CONCACAF region, which is North America, so Canada, US, Mexico, and the Caribbean islands. But they seem like they were all invited to the South American Championships. And like I said, Canada did well. But this team I don't expect to do well. But the USA team, if you're a USA soccer fan, actually US's most prominent victory of all time, I think, is 1950, where they beat the English 1-0. And but by the 1994 World Cup, when they hosted it, I can remember that team pretty well. And the USA have always kind of threatened to do well with soccer. We never quite got there. But this 2002 team, I think, came fourth. So here we go. We're going to do a little bit of play. Let's set the team up. Here you go. It's the USA 2002. They got to the quarterfinals, which I remember was a pretty good team. So if you're a big fan, you may be able to see this. A quick look at the ratings. I don't know what they all mean, but I think this is... their overall power is 88. It's a good team. 4-4-2 formation. 4 defenders, 4 midfielders, 2 attackers. But here are some names that I do remember. Quick look at the ratings. DL means left back. DR means right back, left back. And ML, midfield left, midfield right, central midfield. Quick look at the ratings. This is their ability to keep the ball. So you can see on this team, Sané, Eddie Pope at back, John O'Brien, 88, Landon Donovan, name that most people who follow US soccer would remember, is very successful, probably the most successful they've ever been, up until modern times anyway. Played for the Galaxy, played in Germany, played, I'm sure, in the Premier League as well. A few of these players did end up in the Premier League. Like, I definitely think McBride did, I definitely think Donovan did. Beasley, I think, was it Pope, played in Scotland for Rangers. Frankie Haydock was a good player. So this is the keep ratings. Aggressive keep, you have to read it right to left. So if you want to attack one zone, that's their rating, and 2 zones, 3 zones. I guess if I was trying to attack, aggressively keep 3 times in a row, the chances decrease. Going from right to left. Same with short passing, the same thing. Looks like you can short pass 2 zones. That's the first one, and that's the second one. And again, right to left. If you're doing a long through ball, There it starts at a 60% rate. I guess that's percentages. Shots, you can see Landon Donovan's got a 98. It's pretty good. John O'Brien's also quite decent. I think O'Brien played for Tottenham as well. So it's a team I remember. I remember the team vividly. Frankie Haydock being a really attacking left back. Just judging on these stats, you can see he's good at keeping balls. So a good team. The defense is the defensive rating. So obviously Tony Sané is a 5. That's pretty good. That's 5 out of 5. And the work rate. So he'll be in a lot of the action just based on work rate. You've also got John O'Brien 4, Eddie Pope 4. These are pretty good ratings, I'd say. The thing to look at also is ST. That's their starting percentage rating. Doesn't really mean much in terms when it comes to substitutions. So there are team players that have started all of their World Cup games. They're in hundreds, 6%, 40%, 40%. And then substitutes, how many times they were substitute percentage. So that all makes sense. In terms of, so Claudio Reyna is a bit unlucky not to start, according to this. He could start, because he's an 80. He's definitely got an 89. So look at the start ratings as well to kind of give an idea. Because if you're starting most of the time, then fair enough, your manager likes you, doesn't they? Sometimes it could just be injury. And again, stamina. So substitute, how many times they were a sub. Clearly Kobe Jones is a good sub. Now you can infer from that when Kobe Jones comes on, it'll have a positive effect on your team. That's how it works. So especially in modern classic soccer teams, I think I'm still new to the game, but I figured this out for myself. Makes complete logical sense. So I'm gonna play Claudio Reyna. I think his son plays for Dortmund right now, and Claudio Reyna played, I think, for Rangers in the Scottish League. Who can he replace? So this is a good United States team, one of their best. I remember Ernest Stewart, Kobe Jones I remember, but we're going to bring Kobe Jones on as a substitute at some point, as an impact player. All right, here we go. We're good. So that's the United States. We'll stick with that formation. And then we go to poor old Canada in this era. The only player that I can recall from 1986 was this guy, Carl Valentine. I think he played in the English league somewhere down the bottom of the league. But this would have been made up of expats, children of expats who have grown up in Canada, or they've immigrated to Canada. But anyway, that's the Canadian team. I won't dwell on it too long. I thought I'd do this for a couple of my online buddies from North America and also from Canada. Don't expect Canada to win. Their power is 81. I could play as Canada, but I'm just going to watch this one. There are the teams as they take to the field. Stadiums anticipating them. United States, like I said, this is one of their best teams. And Canada, this is not necessarily anything good, but you have to start somewhere. So as they take the field, Carl Valentine will be the one we're looking for to score some goals. Do we need to change the colours? No, that's good. We're good to the field. I'll be as brief as I can with this. The USA, I'm going to play AI versus AI, but just a quick look at the icons. Don't know all of these stats. I think that means 28 yellow cards in the tournament. That was 7 yellow cards. Not sure what the red means, other than red card, but they didn't get 97 red cards. I suspect that's a rating of some sort. Not sure. I know what defense must mean. Defense, exactly that. Work rate, that team USA has a better work rate than Canada. Not sure what the 3s and the 4s mean. There's some good work rates going down the side here, actually. It could be the average. No, I don't think that's the average. But anyway, you can start to see who's the best defender for Canada. That's Samuel. The best defender for the US is Sané. And let's get this rolling. Oh, some tactical stuff. Someone asked me yesterday. Again, the AI can choose it, or you can choose it in the mindset to be offensive, defensive, or just medium. It seems to affect different modifiers, I'd imagine, to do with passing and keeping. I'll figure that out eventually. What does this mean? Press. Oh, I like that stat. So when you want to keep the opponent in their own half, you might want to press, similar to what it is in basketball. And you can focus down your left wing or your right wing or both wings. So that's the way the game works strategically. I believe. The goalkeeper ratings, 6 is good for saving the ball. 16 is how much they modify off the opponent's shot. So clearly Dolan's a better keeper than Friedel, although I doubt that in real life. And the 2 stars means that's, let's see, that's to do with what happens if they save any rebounds, I believe. So that's pretty good for Friedel. So let's go without further ado. What we're going to do is make it AI versus AI. I go to this button, I can fast forward the entire match. Or I can go to, I'm going to fast forward to the end of the first half. So the USA do lead 1-0. So at the end of the first half. So we're going to go to auto view to watch the second half. So the US already leading. Pope's got a yellow card. O'Brien's got a yellow card. Let's auto view the second half. So the US lead, and it's Beastly with the ball. Tackled by Valentine, the forward for Canada. O'Brien gets up, takes the free kick out to Rayner. Rayner, the player that played for Rangers, plays it up front to McBride. McBride with a dribble. McBride into the area. He's going to take a shot. Saved by Samuel. Hit the 60, must be a dice roll. It's Haydock with the corner. O'Brien up with the header. That's wide. So long, quick for Canada. James has it, left side midfielder. Tackled by Sene. Rayner and Samuel go for the ball. Samuel wins it in a 1-1. There's Samuel down the left-hand side. He's their best defender. Stopped by Rayner. No, Samuel skips past Rayner. Good run into the box by Samuel. He's going to take a shot. Over the bar. So Samuel. Good work rate down that left-hand side. Long free kick. Eddie Pope has it. To Landon Donovan, the star for the US team. Out wide to McBride. McBride turns it inside to the box. Away over the head, knocked away by Wilson. Corner kick to the United States. Beastly into the 5-yard area, and Wilson has to head over his own bar. Bit of pressure from the US. Rayner with the corner. Here's McBride. Over the bar. The long kick up by Canada. Here's Vrablich to Wilson, coming up from defence. Here's Wilson. Nice big tackle by Eddie Pope. Pope out to the left-hand side. Here's a long-haired Frankie Haydock. Gets it to McBride, and a big tackle there by McBride. Sorry, Bridge on McBride, and McBride is rolling around on the floor, folks. Brian McBride, I'm sure played for Tottenham. Apparently he's a bit of an a-hole, from what I heard. But McBride, but give him credit because he was a pioneer in this era. And things like the MLS, I think the first generation of players that came from the MLS is this team. They would have been playing soccer before 1994. So, he's a real pioneer. McBride looks like he's going to have to come off, though. Big tackle by Bridge. He broke his leg. So I have to make a substitution here for the United States. And McBride was a forward. So I'm going to have to bring on, I don't have to, I could just change the formation, but I am going to bring on Josh Wolf. Now, vaguely remember Josh Wolf as being a start of the future, and Joe Max Morris. This is a good team. So we're going to bring on, they both seem to be exactly the same, apart from, but Max Moore is a substitute. Probably, if I bring him on, you might see these ratings change. Let's see. Doesn't seem to have changed. So Max Moore comes on. McBride is stretched off. And we go back to business. I could play this, but I'm going to auto view. Here's Rayner with a free kick. Haydock down the left-hand side. Frankie Haydock with a big attacking thrust. Stopped by Bridge. Bridge plays it long to James. Paul James inside to Valentine. Carl Valentine switches it to the left, but Eddie Pope intercepts and plays a ball to Jeff Eggers. He's using the team power rating. Eggers to Donovan. And Landon Donovan sets off at a dribble. Landon Donovan, well known in soccer circles, plays it inside to Rayner. Rayner out left to Donovan, who receives it. And then he's going to take a shot from outside the box. Left footed shot from Donovan. And now Canada make a substitution. So back in the 80s, they would have been able to allow maybe 2 international subs. So you won't see them substitute often. Some of the modern teams, you'll see a bit more substitutions. Goal kick. Canada losing 1-0. Here's Eddie Pope. O'Brien takes it over in midfield. Intercepted by Sweeney. To Bridge, who had that nasty tackle. Should have been off the pitch. Haydock to Beasley. DeMarcus Beasley, I think, played for Rangers. And that's out for a throw. Beasley throws it to Haydock, who's advancing. Puts it into the box. Here's Joe Max Moore with a shot. Over the bar. So, long kick by the Canadian goalkeeper. Intercepted by O'Brien. Big tackle by Segota here. O'Brien takes it to Claudio Reyna. Claudio Reyna keeps it with an aggressive keep. Plays it out to O'Brien. But Wilson intercepts. Here's Beasley. Bridge intercepts again, so the ball. Bit of scrappy play here. Beasley takes his time this time. He's going to keep the ball. And he's going to probably go and pass it down the line. But Leonard Ducey has it for Canada. And they retreat. And another substitution here. Randy Reagan is coming on for James Lowry. So, but change. Haydock. It's having a good game. Here's Sweeney for Canada. Inside. Wilson. First touch pass to Lowry. That's a good move. And Tony Sonny goes in hard on him. Free kick. Leonard Ducey plays it high. Here's James with a shot. Can Canada equalise? No, they can't. So that goes outside. So it's still 1-0 USA. That one pumped up. And Stewart goes in very hard on Norman. That's a foul, and he will get a yellow card. Ernie Stewart, again, another of those pioneers. Lowry to James. It's Canada 86 start the attack. Norman just inside their own half, just inside the USA half. Plays it to the left, looking for someone, but Reyna intercepts. And here's Frankie Haydock, who's been on the ball quite a lot. Eggers, tackled by Sweeney, who dispossesses him. Sweeney goes into the box for Canada. Will he get a chance? Lovely. He's played by Sweeney, and Haydock comes back and tackles him. They go down in a heap, and it's a free kick to the United States. Pope to Haydock. Here's Leonard Ducey, pressing high. Segota is tackled by Eggers, and that's another foul by the United States. That's the 10th or 9th foul they've committed. Canada have committed 14. This is a rough game. And the Branko Segota is injured. Another player is injured. I'm not even sure they have enough subs. So we have to press X, and there we go. John O'Brien's coming on for Kobe Jones, who had come on. Hold on a second. No, Kobe Jones coming on for the United States over John O'Brien. Segota is having to come off injury. Dale Mitchell comes on for Canada. It's just a rough game. 77 minutes gone. Mitchell breaks away in the box and doesn't quite get onto it. Long kick here by Friedel. Here's Kobe Jones, who has a bit of an impact player. Bridge intercepts. Wilson, Pope in hard. This is a grudge match here. Stewart down the line to Sonny, overlapping, cuts inside. Plays to Kobe Jones. Jones upended by Samuel, who gets away with it. Bridge, just inside his own half of Canada. Jones has been a real buzzsaw. Comes to intercepts. It's with Jones into Sané. Sané looking for Landon Donovan. Donovan on his left foot. It's a goal! Landon Donovan, 2-0 US. The game had been rough, to say the least. And the United States go 2-0 up. Landon Donovan on the left foot just outside the area. Tony Sané with the assist. 2-0 US. Vrablic kicks off for the Canada. Here's Dale Mitchell, who'd come on. He's looking dangerous. Here's Mitchell going ahead. Mitchell goes into the air for Canada. Can they get a consolation here? A shot. And defended by Sonny. Haydock away for the United States. They're just clearing it anywhere right now. Here's Sweeney. That's a good tackle by Eddie Pope. Back to Kobe Jones. Jones inside his area. Plays it all the way back to the keeper. Are they going to waste time here? 86 minutes left. 86 minutes gone. United States lead 2-0. Long ball upfield. And Larry collects. Oh dear. Jojo Moore, the big tackle there. Norman kicks off. But Akers has it to Sané. Sané down the right-hand side. That's a big tackle by James. Big tackle there. This has been a rough game. Bridge kicks off with Canada. 4 minutes of extra time here. Canada valiantly going down here. It's been a rough game. They've pitted themselves well, but the United States just have a little bit too much finishing. DeMarcus Beasley, they're just passing it back now to Haydock. Haydock back to the midfield, back to the defence. They're going to kill the game now, the United States. Long kick by Brad Friedel, who played for Tottenham for many years, and I think Liverpool. Here's Lenarduzzi. Mitchell's been really good since he's come on. Good tackle by Kobe Jones. There's Joe Max Moore, tries to turn away from Sweeney. He's chopped down. And they get started again. Beasley, here's Rayner. And that is the end of the game, folks. So I did the second half. It's not bad. And Canada, despite a valiant effort, go down to a very rough United States. 12 fouls committed by the United States. 60 by Canada. No yellow cards, surprisingly, but the US had 4. 4 corners to US. It does simulate the game fairly well, I'd say. Like I said, I'm a big Soccer Blast fan as well. Soccer Blast have just come up with another version of it, Flutter, which is actually a fictional set and an express version of the game. I haven't bought that yet. That might be my last purchase of 2024, which has been very hurtful on my wallet. But I've enjoyed the hobby. But I'm really enjoying classic soccer. If they can get more teams, I've got loads more tournaments, particularly the European Championships. I'll be very happy. But full time, the United States win 2-0. So I'm gonna call it there. And so there we are. McBride with the goal, and you can go and check the report. And you can see the summary. They had 2 substitutions. They had 2 stats. How many passes, how many keeps, how many goals. You did the play-by-play again if you wanted to. So in that first half, which we simmed, you could always go back and have a look at, what happened in that first 45 minutes. Highlights. Yeah. And then finally you can print it. I'm not sure what colours means. I'll just change the colours. So the Canadian 1986 goes down. So let's do another one. Let's do domestic. Let's do it at domestic. So you've got some different sets here that I've got. You've got the one that comes with the game. And these teams are classic, what we call first division teams, before mostly before the Premier League, which started in 1992, I think. Are there any classic teams here? There's a few that come with other sets, to be fair. There's some teams from the 70s, which is the Leeds team, which is seen as the greatest Leeds United team of the 70s. The dirty, unwashed Leeds team, which I played with. Ipswich was also a good team. So Leeds United were managed by Don Revie. Ipswich were managed by Bobby Robson, Sir Bobby, a very popular manager for England as well. Tottenham Hotspur, managed by Keith Birkinshaw. Very exciting team with the Argentinian, I think, Ardiles and Ricky Villa. Just around the time of the Falklands Wars, it was a bit tricky, to say the least. 2 rough teams from the 80s, long ball teams, Oxford United, which won a League Cup. Wimbledon, which is a very rough, we'll play with Wimbledon, a very rough team from the 80s who won the FA Cup against all the odds, so we'll use them. These are English teams, of course. There's the Swindon Town team. Don't remember too much about them other than Glenn Hoddle was the manager, I think. QPR team, this is a good team as well. Then we get to the 90s. This is a Blackburn team that I think won the Premier League in the Premier League's 2nd season, I think. And that was Blackburn Rovers, or 3rd season. Arsenal, this is Thierry Henry's Arsenal. This is a very entertaining Newcastle team, which you might use. Not sure why Birmingham's in. This Man United team is a European champion. So we've just got a mixture. This is the Sergio Aguero, I think, last minute goal, Manchester City. This is Brendan Rodgers' Liverpool team with Raheem Sterling, Luis Suarez, and who else did they have in there? There's three of them. Sturridge. Crystal Palace, always good. And Leicester City. Well, let's do Leicester City. Most North Americans and Americans or people know Leicester City now because of that miracle season they had in 2015-16. You never think in a million years that Leicester would win the Premier League, but they did. And their manager was Claudio Ranieri, otherwise known as what they used to call him. He used to always shuffle things around. He used to be Chelsea's manager. Anyway, cut a long story short, he came back at Leicester and they won the league. Very popular. He didn't build a team, but by the time he took over in that season, he molded them into a team. Very interesting Leicester City story. They've always been a decent club, maybe top 25 in the United Kingdom, but never always in the Premier League, always in between somewhere. But recently, I think they've just been promoted again back to the Premier League. But they won the FA Cup recently against all odds as well. So there's going to be a story written about them, and their owner, I can't remember his name, Asian guy, sadly died in a helicopter crash not long after they won the Premier League. So it's a real bittersweet story. So here we go. This is the Wimbledon of 80s. This is a bunch of characters. Everyone knows who Vinnie Jones is, the actor. Well, he was a soccer player before, as many people know, and he's in this team. He should be. Let's have a look. So let's play out this game. Quick look, like I said, down the work rate should be good for this team, Wimbledon team. They're quite tough. So they had some great, well, I say great, rough players is the best way to put it, led by John Fashanu. Fash the Bash, is to call him. Let's see. He's got a 3. No, he's only got a 1 work rate. That surprises me. But there's Vinnie Jones 5, and Lawrie Sanchez 5, Dennis Wise 5. And they had some talent. A lot of these guys actually ended up playing for big teams. Like John Scales went to Liverpool. I think Terry Phelan played for Ireland, obviously, but he also played for Manchester City. Dennis Wise became Chelsea's captain. Vinnie Jones went to play for Leeds and various other companies. Became Welsh captain. Lawrie Sanchez managed the Irish team, I think the Northern Irish team. Alan Cork's a legend. So just look at the keep ratings, really. Gives you an idea of the type of player they are overall. 89 for Dennis Wise, Fash 88. But they've got a lot of players on the bench as well in this one that I recognise. There's a player, one of my favourite players of all time, Laurie Cunningham. Sadly died in a car crash not long after this. He played for Real Madrid and West Bromwich Albion. Probably the coolest player in the late 70s. If you Google Laurie Cunningham, he's significant in British history. He's got an 87. As you can see, he's no joke. I think he played in the FA Cup final at the very end. Terry Gibson is a Spanish commentator now. So there's some history behind this team. Really rough team. But there they are. Fash was the leader of the team along with Vinnie Jones. But they're all tough players, to be honest. This looks as if it's the team that played in the final, more or less. They had other players that played before them as well, like Nigel Winterburn played for Wimbledon, but he went, by this time he'd been playing for Arsenal, and he's an Arsenal legend. They're a Plough Lane, that's the way they used to play. The team has actually been dissolved. It doesn't exist anymore. It does exist, but a different formation. Wimbledon was probably the first team to morph into another team and became Milton Keynes Dons. Dons is the name of the Wimbledon. So they became Milton Keynes Dons. But their history, like the NFL, it's been pushed back now. So Wimbledon does exist as a new club, about 15, 20 years ago. It emerged as a new club with the history maintained from the original Wimbledon. This is the original Wimbledon. So you think about Wimbledon, you think about tennis. Well, there is a soccer team there too. There's Leicester City. This is a team that's well known and will always be in history now. But actually, looking back at it, you can see why they were pretty good. Jamie Vardy actually went on to play for England and play very well. There's Jamie Vardy, 89. Riyad Mahrez. It's looking, when you look back at it now, you think, my God, they were pretty good. Went on to play for Manchester City. N'Golo Kante won a World Cup for France. So these guys were no joke. They were just put together very quietly. Robert Huth played for Chelsea before he came here. Let's see. Danny Simpson was a Manchester United product. Albrighton, I think, came from Aston Villa. But this team ended up being pretty... Demarai Gray, I don't know where he is now. He's a good player. So was Nathan Dyer, who came on loan. Kramaric went on to play for Croatia. So it was a good team in disguise. But what it was really good was Mahrez was much better than people thought. Kante was like, he covered every blade of grass. His work rate there is 5. Drinkwater 5. They were just a hard-working team, as you can see. Free kick taker will be Mahrez, was also a deadly goal scorer, as was Vardy. So they can do some damage. Lots of people ask me about this team. Lower will come on as a sub. So again, looking at the ratings, if they got the higher the starting rating, the chances are they're going to get picked. Often Ozaki, who was a quick, nippy little player, it's Japanese, I think, was swapped with a lower. So here we go. I'll keep that there. There, the team definitely changed the kit. And we are good to go. Danny Drinkwater actually left football a little early. After Leicester City, I think he went to Chelsea, never picked up again. Bit sad what happened to Drinkwater, but in that one season, came from Manchester United, I think, like their youth team. I think he worked his way up. He's a good player for Leicester. But after this, they all left. Apart from Vardy, I think Vardy's still there now. 10 years later, he's still there. It's a good team. And a historic team. Oh, I forgot the goalkeeper, Kasper Schmeichel. Played for Denmark to this day, I think, still playing. He's the son of the great Peter Schmeichel, but he's got his own history in his own right, which is very unusual. And then there's, of course, Dave Besant playing for Wimbledon, very tall, gangly goalkeeper that played for England as well. There we go. So we're going to do AI versus AI. I won't delay the game anymore. I will just let it autoplay. And Leicester City kickoff is Captain Wes Morgan, played for Jamaica, down the centre, and John Scales goes in very heavy. Remember, this is a Wimbledon team that's no joke. Here's N'Golo Kante. Kante, bring it in. He's everywhere, Kante. Nice tackle by Vinnie Jones. Watch out for Jones and the yellow cards. Scales on to Vinnie Jones, runs ahead of him. Fashway's back to goal. Mahrez puts a foot in. It's a free kick to Wimbledon. Here's Cork, veteran of the Wimbledon team, spiritual leader as well. And Terry Gibson, young Terry Gibson, very short player, goes against Morgan. Morgan wins it. It's taken over by Laurie Sanchez. Sanchez, who scored the goal in the FA Cup final. He's tackled on the edge of the box by Robert Huth, the German. Leicester, a very well-known team. Inspired so many films. I don't think you'd have, what's that film called, the American show? The coach, the funny guy. Without this particular team, Leicester, having inspired it. Here's Albrighton, Huth to Albrighton. My friend's son loved Albrighton. Here's Andy Thorne, kicks it long to John Scales, who later played for Liverpool. Brings it forward, Scales. A bit more cultured on the ball than most. Jones. Mahrez goes in hard on Jones. He's playing with his life there. So Mahrez kicks it wide, Scales with it. Kante intercepts with a high work rate. Oh, Clive Goodyear goes in hard on Kante. Free kick. Kante will take it. Out wide to Danny Drinkwater. Drinkwater to the right. Here's Mahrez all over the pitch. Watch for Mahrez. And actually Danny Simpson will go into the book with a hard tackle on Phelan. So here we go. Phelan plays it back. Playing this without my headset at the moment, so hopefully you can all hear me. Here's Christian Fuchs. Big tackle there with Clive Goodyear. Fuchs wins it. Here's Albrighton. Albrighton to Fuchs, and there's offside. So, game 15 minutes in, Leicester trying to impose himself. Here's Phelan, Terry Phelan, plays it high. Kante is there, just always what Kante does. Here's Drinkwater, the most unlikeliest midfielder of all time to win a title. Thorne to Phelan. Here's Fashanu coming deep, turns, spins, gangly John Fashanu. Fashanu drives into the box. John Fashanu, stopped by Wes Morgan. Jones upends Morgan, and Jones with a shot. Saved by Kasper Schmeichel. Two unlikely teams in the FA Cup winners of, they were beat Liverpool in 1988 up against Leicester City, the miracle. So two miracle teams here really. Here's Alan Cork to Terry Gibson, a Huth right in the back of him, and that's how I'm keeping my voice low. It's my windows are open. So Dennis Simpson beaten by Dennis Wise. Wise plays it into the box, and that comes to nothing. It's Dennis Simpson. Didn't work out for him in Manchester United. It's a product there, but look what happened in his real life. Oh, he gives it away. Fashioner, Terry Gibson. Gibson takes a shot from outside the box. Hits the post. So now Wimbledon warming up. Drinkwater has it. Plays it inside. Here's Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez plays a short pass, trying to get it out of the box as Wimbledon start to impose himself. Long play to Jamie Vardy. Vardy with all the pace in the world. Vardy into the box. Jamie Vardy! Pushed over the bar. Watch out for Vardy. Pushed over the bar. There's Christian Fuchs. Fuchs into the box. There's Mahrez. Oh, playmaking. Watch out for these Leicester players. They're dangerous. Vardy, Mahrez, Kante. It will dictate the game. There's Goodyear. Very down the right-hand flank. Just a normal player is Goodyear. Albrighton kicks off for Leicester. Kante has it. Hospital pass to Drinkwater. And the diminutive Dennis Wise plays it now. Wise, who went on to captain Chelsea later in his career, passes it to Cork. Cork challenged by Huth. And then Vardy comes deep to get it. Another attack instigated here by Leicester. So quick passing here, Albrighton. Back to Fuchs, no strategies. They've got a strategy on. They are pressing. I can see the yellow box. As you can see, that's why they're going in hard. And they're going down the left wing. Free kick from Passionate. Tipped over by Schmeichel. Cork with the corner. There's Dennis Wise with a shot. Wide. Actually, Wimbledon are playing at home. It says Plough Lane, so they are playing at home. Here's Mahrez. Oh, Andy Thorne goes in very hard on Mahrez there. Mahrez is rolling around. The Wimbledon team will not let Riyad Mahrez go at the moment because he's so dangerous. But Andy Thorne leaving his introductory card to Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez picks himself up with a rude smile on his face. Thorne runs back into defence. Free kick to Leicester. Drinkwater. To Wes Morgan, the captain. Back to Mahrez. Back to Huth. Bit of combination play here by Leicester. Here comes Huth, the German, running into the box. It's a German. On the right hand side, he's going to take a shot. Easily taken by Dave Beasant. Now, why is Huth going into the box? And he's going into the referee's card there. I think he wanted a foul. As he was going into the box, he was tugged back by, Phelan. And he's arguing the ref. He's told the ref to something off. And now Huth has gone into the box. What a stupid booking. So Beasant bounces the ball, kicks it high. Wes Morgan has it. Phelan and Morgan go for it. Simpson. All of them are just crowding the Wimbledon players. Gibson takes a free kick, looking for Wise with a shot. Oh! So Leicester City still pressing high. There's Fuchs down the left-hand side for Leicester. Fuchs looking for the run of Vardy. Vardy's dangerous. Vardy taking a snapshot. Hit the goalkeeper, bounced off. Vardy went for the follow-up. Nothing doing. Here's Phelan. Terry Phelan. Inside to John Scales, the defender. Comes forward. Gibson comes short for it. Drinkwater's on him straight away. That press seems to be working very well. And yet another foul. Oh, this is a red card. Scales had it, and Morgan with the press was too heavy. And Wes Morgan has been sent off for Leicester City. This could change everything. Wow. Two Cinderella teams here. And Wes Morgan, the captain, is off. And now we've seen a change. Okazaki, who hasn't really done much, I've not even called his name once, is off. Claudio Ranieri now makes the change, and Jeffrey Schlupp comes on. I think Schlupp is still playing in the Premier League. Plays for Crystal Palace. So Wimbledon have the advantage. 3 minutes left of added time. Here's Phelan. Fashioner comes deep. Fash down with gangly legs down the left-hand side. Andy Thorne up with him. Thorne to Wise. Off of Huth. So Leicester are going to have to go full defence now. Here's Dennis Wise. And Jones. And Vinnie Jones rises, and it's 1-0. Wimbledon. Dennis Wise with the corner. Diminutive Dennis Wise. Very underrated player in real life. Knocked into the area without Wes Morgan in defence. Vinnie Jones rose above Schlupp, and in the back of the net above Kasper Schmeichel. Wimbledon won. What were they called? They used to call themselves something. Leicester Nil. What were Wimbledon called? They had a nickname, not the Dons. They actually had a nickname. Oh, it's gone out of my head. It will come back to me. Terry Gibson with the assist. I thought it was Dennis Wise, but never mind. And it's 1-0. Vinnie Jones, yes, from Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels. He has scored. So Kente down the right-hand field. Right inside chasing. Thorne on top of him. So Andy Thorne ends up one high. Here's the diminutive Gibson. Gibson now running into the box. Terry Gibson with a shot. Trying to beat Schmeichel. Schlupp gets in the way. Terry Gibson played for Coventry during the 80s. Played for Manchester United, a very ill-fated spell. And then went on to Wimbledon to notoriety to win. And he's now a commentator, pundit. Here's Riyad Mahrez. If a man can change the game, it's Mahrez. And here is the end of the half. Leicester trail 1-0. I forget what the West... I'm trying to remember what Wimbledon called himself. The Crazy Gang. That's it. They used to call themselves the Crazy Gang. Here's Wise. So Simpson away. Here's Jones. Inside to Wise. Dennis Wise, like Dennis the Menace, comes forward. Huth dispossesses him. Wise doesn't like that and goes in hard, and he's going to get a yellow card. Just by looking at Dennis Wise in the face, you see he's naughty. Dennis and I actually share a birthday. Here's Huth. Plays it high. Schlupp, who's just come on. Here's Kente. Oh, Leicester one man down. They're easy to dispossess. Fashanu turns with those big gangly legs. He turns. There's Goodyear. And they're offside. Justin Fashanu, John Fashanu was the brother of Justin Fashanu. Very sad story about Justin Fashanu, but at one point, Justin Fashanu was one of the best strikers in England. Here's Simpson down the right-hand side there for Leicester as they try and come forward. Here's N'Golo Kante. Here's Riyad Mahrez. Don't let him have a shot. And Thorne blocks it. So a corner kick to Leicester City. Fuchs will take it into the centre circle. Drinkwater. What's Johnny doing? Chested it down, turns and shoots. No goal. Drinkwater there to control it. Moved to the left. So a long kick upfield. Schlupp will have it. He's going to try a long pass up the field to Vardy. Vardy collects it. On to Mahrez. Mahrez looking for Vardy's run. Intercepted by Thorne. Here's Phelan inside. This is going to be a 50-50 here. Drinkwater is upended by Lawrie Sanchez. Don't take on Lawrie Sanchez like that. So Sanchez to Jones. Vinnie Jones. Driving into the box. Vinnie Jones trying to go for glory again. Schlupp takes him down. And that's a good tackle. But still on the edge of the box is Wimbledon. Fuchs has it now for Wimbledon. Here's Drinkwater. Trying to get a hold of the game. Him and Kante. Drinkwater. Mahrez. Tackled by Vinnie Jones. Jones goes forward again. Vinnie Jones inside to Sanchez. Sanchez looking for the run of Dennis Wise. Wise with a shot. Over the bar. That was offside anyway. So another change here. Fashanu has been a bit disappointing. He's coming off. I don't even know who Robert Turner is, but he's coming on. That's Fash. Fash the Bash, they used to call him. He was a hell of a character in the 80s and early 90s. Not international standard per se, but a hell of a character just for his charisma and the way he speaks is hilarious. And another substitution here, Richie Dillette comes on for Danny Simpson. So Huth out to Dillette. Oh, that's a free kick. Terry Phelan going in very hard. So as you can tell, Leicester have taken off the press. There's no yellow up here, but they are still trying to push it down the wings. Delette, tackled by Phelan. He's had a good game, Terry Phelan. He was a really nippy player. Here's Phelan driving into the box, and Huth takes it away from him. Kasper Schmeichel kicks from the 6-yard line, down the field. Jones will have it for Wimbledon. Here's Laurie Sanchez. Out wide to John Scales, pretty boy of the team. John Scales comes forward, drives, and a good tackle by Christian Fuchs. Yes, it is Fuchs. Goodyear drives forward. Clive Goodyear into the box. And Fuchs again to the rescue for Leicester. They're under the pump now. 70 minutes gone. Trying to build something here. Here's Sanchez. Scales. Nice moves. 1-2 with Scales. Sanchez into the box. Drive. Whoa. Did Schmeichel push that one over? No, it didn't. Went over. Leicester just can't hold possession. He keeps going back at them. Here's Andy Thorne. Leicester one man down in this game. Wes Morgan was sent off. Gibson with a shot from outside the box. Nothing doing. This is a game between two Cinderella teams, Wimbledon 88 and Leicester City 15-16. Sanchez out to Cork. Cork, the old man of the team, pushes it inside to John Scales. Vardy coming back to tackle. Turns, spins, tries to relieve the pressure. Huth coming up with him, but no good as Goodyear, having a solid game actually, plays it away. Huth goes in hard on Scales. Free kick. Rough game. Wise plays it into the box. Sanchez goes up with Delate, and Delate wins the header. Here's Jeffrey Schlupp. Poor pass. Sanchez has it for Wimbledon. Here's Vincent Jones. Jones driving into the area of Vinnie Jones, looking for some glory. Oh, he's already scored a goal so far. 1-0 Wimbledon. The crazy game. And Kante in high on Jones. Free kick. Vinnie Jones to Turner. To Jones. Jones takes it up. And Huth going in hard on Jones. They don't like Vinnie Jones. And they don't think that's a foul. But Richie Delate is going into the referee's book for dissent. Now, what's happened to Jones here? He's off. So they finally got Vinnie Jones. Great stuff. They were aiming off. Vinnie Jones is Winnie the assassin. They have got him. They blame him for, winding up the referee. And now Vincent Jones is off the field in a very surprising situation. I don't even know Wimbledon have any subs left. Yep, they're going to bring on young Ian Hazel. Don't remember him. He's coming on, and Vincent Jones is coming off. As he comes off on his stretcher, he's shaking his fist. So here's Terry Gibson. Plays it into the box. Scales goes up with Fuchs. Fuchs wins the header. Says chasing. Here's Schlupp. To Huth. To Vardy. To Kante. A through ball by N'Golo Kante. Vardy has it. Vardy running with it. Jamie Vardy. And Andy Thorne with a tackle on the edge of the box. Dangerous free kick now. Here's Mahrez with a kick. Hits the wall. 50-50 Scales and Delette. And Scales gets away. Delette seems to have made a bit of a difference since he's come on. And here's Mahrez and Wise. And Wise wins that one. Phelan. Mahrez tackles back. Riyad Mahrez trying to make a difference, working hard down that right hand side. Crosses it, looking for Vardy, but Thorne is away with it. And N'Golo Kante picks it up on the outside of the box, inside the Wimbledon half post. Dennis Wise, his work rate is just as good. Gets the ball. Here's Hazel to Gibson, looking for Turner. Looking back to Hazel. These are unknowns to me. Hazel to John Scales coming up from defence. There's Dennis Wise. And away by Schlupp. 1-0. Wimbledon, 3 minutes to go. Dennis Wise with the kick. Now, Dennis Wise is an interesting character. One of the mainstays of this team. One of the younger players of this team. Very naughty boy. Definitely one of the crazy gang. These guys would burn his shoes, cut up your clothes, or take your locker out, or strip you naked and leave you on the roof. That kind of stuff. He was one of the instigators. But he was a good player. Probably just short of international class. and he went on to play for Chelsea and became a legend at Chelsea. Before Chelsea became, I think he was at the beginning of the whole Chelsea revolution. So I think when the time Abramovich came, the Roman, oligarch or whatever you call it, Dick Dennis was just finishing then. In fact, he was managed by Claudio Ranieri. But he was a Chelsea captain as well, so it's pretty good. Just take a brief pause to catch my breath. I hope many of you may come across this later on. I've been doing loads and loads and loads of classic soccer. So I enjoy it. I enjoy the thing. I thought I might as well share what I'm doing. Might catch an interest. But he's a Chelsea. Hello, Bernie. I didn't see you there. I didn't have my monitor on. Apologies if you're still there watching. I know you're up early. I just thought I'd show a little bit of Canada and USA earlier. And I'm just doing 2 Cinderella clubs. This would be Wimbledon and Leicester City. Wimbledon won the FA Cup in 1988, the prestigious FA Cup and knockout competition. And, of course, Leicester City famously won the league a few years ago. There's Wise, and Goodyear goes up. Delect, who seems to be everywhere, has it. Free kick, Huth. To Old Brighton. Old Brighton being very quiet in this game, being kept quiet by Goodyear. There's Cork, Goodyear. Kente has it. And Turner in hard on Kente. They've really disrupted the Leicester City team. There's Danny Drinkwater. Still a goal to get, though. But Wise has it now, and they'll kill the timeout. 93 minutes gone. And that one's going all the way back. And that's it. The full-time whistle goes. Wimbledon 1, Leicester City nothing. A good performance overall in the end there by by Wimbledon. They dominated the game, I felt. 51% possession, doesn't say so. 10 shots to Leicester 6. Committed 9 hard fouls, that's for sure. Only had 2 yellow cards. Leicester had 3 and 1 red. I felt Wimbledon were more or less in charge, but the interesting bit was Vinnie Jones finally getting caught out with them guys just coming after him. I thought that was hilarious to see that. So an interesting game, again, to watch. 2 historic teams. So the program has included a couple of teams there. That's interesting. Like I said, the only thing missing from this game, wow, I would take a job just making the teams for him if he wants, because I can see how they make them, how they rate them more or less. I agree with. High rates of team must take him some time. He's got so many seasons of different things. It's almost infinite how much he could do with the game, to be honest. I wish I was the programmer. I really do. I would just do it forever and ever and ever. That'd be my perfect job. So Richard, if you're out there and need someone, just let me know. Holler at me. So that's that. So that's the interesting game. 2 games today. We played the United States versus Canada. And the United States 2002 team beat the 86 Canada team. I think that'll be a little bit different if they play the Canada team now. Having said that, I think that's been released. I could get the Canada 2022 team, which was a very exciting team. They have Alphonso Davies as part of that team, and he's a Bayern Munich player. And to play for Bayern Munich, he must be good. Very interested to see this situation here. It was played at the Wimbledon ground, as was the friendly match with the United States. So maybe there's some home advantage there. Report. You can see there, really interesting stuff. The goal was scored, and Dennis Wise took the corner, and Jones scored goal. I thought so. It says the assist by Gibson, so I'm not sure how that happened. He must have knocked it onto Vinnie Jones. That's probably what happened. So, without further ado, I shall allow that. Some early morning soccer. I may do something else as my North American friends wake up, give them something to chew on in the morning, so to speak. All right.